Welcome, dear listener, to Live in HD with Hilario and David. My name's David.
My name's Hilario.
Yep, the first swing at this right here, so we don't really know what we're doing yet. We're just a couple 20-something average Joes.
Dude, I'm almost 30. That's insane.
Dude, I just turned 22, so...
Oh, that's right.
Midlife crisis it's coming.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I'm there, but... Yeah, we're just starting this podcast. We don't really know what it's going to be about, but I think a little bit of everything. We should just touch up on controversial topics, talk about finances, and of course, we're no experts, so we'll just be talking about our own experiences.
Travel, all kinds of other good stuff. Going to Vegas in a month and a half, so we'll fill everybody in on that.
44 days away. I have a counter on my phone.
I'm trying to get as cut as humanly possible. I'm trying to have a six-pack for Vegas.
There you go. Hey, we're going to hit the pool, so...
We're going to give it a shot, but eating chicken every day, twice a day is painful.
Is that all you're eating right now?
No, I mean, eat stuff like potatoes and broccoli too, but that's about it. All that good stuff. Start every day off right with a couple slices of toast, some peanut butter. And that really is it. And I'm drinking water like it's going out of style.
Oh, yeah, for people listening that don't know, David Brown used to be, 305 pounds?
It was 305.
305, a year ago, almost...
It was about 14, 15 months ago, and at my lowest, I was 191. I'm back up to about 205 right now. Bulking is over, though. I'm trying to get nice and cut for Vegas because I want to be able to take my shirt off at the pools and not hate myself.
Yeah, no, that's definitely impressive, though. That's crazy. We'll talk more about weight loss or traveling or Vegas. Just let us know. Again, this is the first podcast, so we don't know who's listening or how many, but... Just comment on our podcast and we'll be able to see them. And we'll definitely read your comments and talk about whatever you guys want. But yeah, this is something very interesting to me because so basically you just lost almost half your weight. Well, a third,
yeah.
A third, 100 pounds.
Like it ain't nothing.
What is it?
Like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, that was pretty impressive. And that was in a year's time, basically, that you got there. So
I think I hit the 100-pound mark 9 months in, give or take, and then it kind of slowed down. I started eating like shit again, and so I just called that my winter bulk. 'Tis the season, and family, holidays. Nobody really cares about everything.
Oh, it's definitely hard to keep a diet or just a routine with the holidays, traveling and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was I started with David too a year ago. We started going to the gym together, and I lost 30 pounds in 2.5 months. So we were actually going, every day, right? We're going to the gym every day, basically.
We were going pretty much every day. And I mean, yeah, at that point in time, I really didn't start out doing it healthy, though, because I was eating about 700 to 800 calories a day, which is terrible for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's not long-term sustainable at all.
I was consuming more powder than actual physical food. I was drinking like 2 or 3 protein shakes a day and like mixing in like just these small, minute amounts of food before I knew what the hell I was doing. So
how do you learn?
How do you learn? YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is the best.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos on YouTube. I was just telling my brother, that's where I learn how to do things now. That's how I learned how to set up this podcast. Like, I had no idea. But YouTube, I mean...
YouTube is great. And if this catches on, we'll probably wind up on YouTube, too. And you can watch us record live from the basement.
Yeah. Oh, we've been recording now for almost 5 minutes, and we haven't said the name of the podcast. We're still debating it. I mean, we'll take suggestions, but we're going to call it Life in HD with Hilario and David.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't get that, it's because H, that's my initial, and D,
David's for me.
There you go. So, I mean, makes sense for us, and sounds pretty good if you ask me. So,
it's functional.
It's functional. We'll do.
We're up to take suggestions. You can feel free to comment on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we wanted to start a podcast, and we didn't really know what to talk about or what to make it about, but I think we'll figure it out as we go, and then we definitely want to make it a conversation with anybody listening that wants to pitch in and give us your comments, or if you disagree or agree with one of us. I mean, we're going to talk about everything. Everything and anything.
And next week we'll actually have a topic to talk about, hopefully.
Yeah, this is more of an introductory, figuring things out, just making sure we know how to send the podcast out.
Yep. Figure all that stuff out.
Yeah, but I definitely want to get to the point where we talk about some controversial topics and give our input. I don't know why, but I like to play devil's advocate here with my friends. Like, I'll ask them about something very controversial and just pick at their logic, even if I agree with them, just to like talk.
I've got a couple of friends who'd have a lot of fun with that. So we'll be bringing on guests and whatnot in the future, hopefully.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll definitely bring some of our friends and talk to them about
Controversial
whatever.
topics.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't want to make this just controversial topics, but like I said, we should keep it to like one a podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not
What
going to
an
make this a
episode.
political commentary.
No, there's too much of that everywhere. I mean, you cannot even watch a comedy show or any TV at this point without politics being in your face. Like, I'm tired of it. I don't know.
We're
about
not
you.
trying to do that.
No, I mean, it is kind of like you can't escape it. Like right now, okay, so we're recording this the 28th of January, and the
The wall isn't built yet.
no, but the government was shut down for 35 days and just now open for 3 weeks. And then I guess it's going to
Yeah.
shut down again. This is getting ridiculous. To me, this is like a failed government. I don't care Trump or Pelosi or anything. They'll fail. They'll sucked. I mean, how does the government not function? That's like the basic thing that should be able to happen.
I
How
mean,
is it not open? Like, this is ridiculous.
if the opposite of pro is con, then the opposite of progress is Congress.
Yeah, there you go. David getting deep.
Oh, I hate the government in general.
Yeah, same.
Here we
This
are.
get-
Welcome
it's
to our
all
anarchy
show.
channel.
No. I mean, like, we want to talk. We do not want to alienate anybody. I mean, we'll definitely. I respect people's opinions. I may not agree with it, but like I said, I'll try to poke holes in your logic. And I think people need to be able to have a conversation without getting offended. Because right now, you say anything and people get offended.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's how anybody grows as a person. I mean, like, if I have very strong beliefs, you can try to change my mind. I'll listen to you, but chances are you're not going to be able to change my mind.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean, we should be able to have a conversation without getting mad or just being like, oh, you're stupid because you think this. It's like, no, just listen, give me your take on whatever, and, maybe we'll come to a better understanding of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people need to do that. I mean, government should do that.
Oh, the government doesn't listen to the people.
They don't listen to each other.
Here we go again.
Oh,
Anarchy 101.
it's hard not to get on heated about that stuff because it's just ridiculous. I mean, like, how these are old, grown ass people and they can't figure stuff out.
Well, that's the problem. They're old. They're set in their ways.
Yeah, that's what I think. I keep telling people when I go out and I'm like, have a couple drinks or whatever, I'll be like, oh my God, you should run for government. They're like, no, I don't like politics. I'm like, I know, but like, we got to get young people in there, like we have people that are 60, 70, 80 representing us. Like, how are they looking out for us?
I don't think enough people want to go into political science because obviously you need a 4-year degree for that. And I only knew one guy in high school that actually did that, and he's creepy as hell, actually. So, I mean, I worry about these people that we elect. I mean, I had to think about if I even wanted to vote this past election. I did, but
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was hard. I waited till literally the last minute because I had people trying to convince me to vote for one side. And, like, there's another thing about me, like, this is a very big flaw. Like, when people tell me to do something, I just have to do the opposite.
mm-hmm.
And, like, even if I agree with what they're telling me to do, like, I don't like to feel pressured. So I'll even do it on purpose, even if I don't want to do it, like, go opposite of what I'm being told. So I did in the voting last minute, but to me it was like, which way do you want the country to burn for the next 4 years? Like, there was no good option.
I just
to
kept
me,
hearing, oh, if you don't vote for Trump, you're voting for Hillary. It's like, no, I'm voting for who I want to vote for.
Right.
Deal with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting, the future. I mean, there's a bunch of people already running, and that's what the only thing I don't like about elections. As soon as you get out of one, the next one starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, give us a break. Like,
Kanye 2020.
yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Is he even still around?
Yeah.
I haven't heard about him in a while.
No, he's been. He met with Trump.
Yeah, I heard about
He
that.
likes Trump. He said George Bush doesn't care about black people, but then he goes and visits Trump in the White House.
Well, see, they just use people to their advantage. So, like the Democrats are like trying to like appeal to Hispanic people by like talking about the DACA kids or immigration reform and all this other crap. But it's been a couple presidents now, and like they just don't get it done. So I think they're just using people, using Hispanic, using black people, or appealing to different,
Well,
niche groups.
wasn't George Bush a big proponent of immigration reform, and he won the Spanish vote
I don't
or
remember
the Hispanic
that
vote?
back. I mean, he wasn't that prevalent back in the day, so I didn't pay that much attention.
Yeah, I
He was
think.
easier to ignore.
I mean, I was 4 at his first election, 8 at his second, and then 12 when he left office. So I do not remember anything from his presidential term.
Yeah, me neither.
I just knew 8 years of Obama. That's when I started caring about politics, and then after that, I stopped caring about politics. So
It's just so divided. I mean, like, I think the U.S. could do some great things if they just all got together and compromise. I mean, like, it's not a one party rule, so people are not going to get their way, like 100%. You're going to have to give up some things and take some things that you don't like.
mm-hmm.
So, and that's the whole point of a compromise. And if they were all pulling the same direction instead of pulling their own way, I think we could like do some great things here. But I mean, if they cannot even talk to each other. Anyways, we should get off of that topic because it's getting kind of gloomy.
Yep, here we are talking about politics.
No, yeah, we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. See, like it'll just be a little tangent, and we want to hear back from you guys. If this is getting too annoying, we're talking about too much one thing, just let us know, and we'll try to not.
We aim to please.
Yeah, there you go. I also eventually I want to really get into the credit card debate.
Building credit.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're still fairly young, but for example, I mean, like I didn't start building my credit until I was 20. That's when I got my first credit card, and I couldn't even get a credit card right away. I had to get a secured one where I deposited $300 in order to get a $300 limit. And now, I mean, 7 years later, I have a 808 credit score. I think for my age, that's pretty good.
Oh, that's great for any age.
Right.
Mine's like 751 last I checked.
Yeah, but a lot of people are scared of credit cards, and I mean, my brother, he just didn't want to open a credit card for the longest time. I had to like keep telling him, like, hey, you should open one. You got to start building credit. You gotta, if you ever want to buy a house, if you ever want to get like a nice car, you're gonna need credit. That's not something that you can just build in a week or a couple months. The way it's set up now, it just takes forever. The longer you have credit history, the better it is for you. So the sooner you start, the better it's going to be in the long run.
I mean, that and the fact that I just feel like kids these days are scared of overspending or something like that. They don't understand. Like, I work at a bank. I have people come up to me all the time, kids my age, who do not know a damn thing about credit cards or credit in general.
Absolutely.
And I'm sitting here like, I've got like 12 credit cards. I know what I'm doing at this point. I don't carry
And
them.
I guarantee you, some people that are listening to this, they're like, he has how many credit cards? What did he say?
I'm 22 and I have like 12 credit cards. Get at me.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. If you're responsible, there is no amount of credit cards that is too much. The same thing, I have about 17 plus. I just opened a couple of ones, so I got like 17, 18 because I closed a couple due to inactivity, mind you. But
Too much.
yeah, people like I've told this to my girlfriend even, and then like she's like, "What? Like that can't be good, right?" And I'm like, my credit score keeps going up, so obviously it is." And I used to have a professor in college that would tell us to keep a very low amount of credit or credit line, because sometimes credit cards will give you a credit line increase by themselves without you requiring one. And he would be like, no, just if they do that, make sure you call them, tell them to take it down if you don't use that much credit, because that can be bad for you. And I think it's the opposite.
He's like assuming you're actually using all of your line.
Well, no, he used to tell us that you should use 30% tops of your available credit.
Yeah, tops.
So say you have $1,000 credit line, you only use 300 or less. And sure, maybe, I mean, that's good, but like I get a credit report every month, and he tells me that I'm using about 1% of my total available credit line, and that's a good factor. That it's like doing good for my score.
Anything
So,
under 30% will boost you. Anything over 60% hurts you.
yeah. I mean, credit cards companies don't want to see that you're maxing out your cards or you're really spending a lot of it, using it. Because what if something happens to you and you can't pay back? Then
I mean,
they're
it
out
can
of
be
money.
it can be good and bad.
Right.
Because Chase bumped up my limit on one of my cards by like $2,000 after I maxed it out in Vegas the first time we went. So
Yeah, Vegas was fun, but definitely quick little tip: if you're going to Vegas, make sure you have a backup plan.
it's always best to go to Vegas with plenty of cash. Honestly, in our case, since we do have so many cards, it's a terrible idea to bring all those with us because in the event that we lose them, we're going to be up a creek.
Oh, absolutely. I never carry more than 2 cards. Well, right now I have 3 cards on me because I'm trying to make minimum spends on 2 of them. And this is another great thing that people don't understand about credit card offers. You can travel anywhere you want in the U.S. by opening a couple of credit cards. And I'm not saying do this every month because that's just not sustainable.
That will hurt your credit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every time you apply for a credit card, your credit score takes a couple points
Because they
hit.
do a hard pull.
Yeah, but I mean, after 2 or 3 months, it'll go back up to where it was and then higher because your credit line is even higher now. But people don't understand that. And right now, like I said, I opened 2 new credit cards that are going to give me a total of $800. We're going to go to Vegas, and basically my whole trip is going to be paid for by 2 credit cards.
Oh yeah, I opened up a couple more too, and I'm gonna have about $450 in minimum spend bonus deals before I even touch the ground. So that's gonna pay for my room. That's gonna pay for the flight. That'll pay for $100 at the tables, a couple drinks at the bars there because they are ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, be careful when you go to Vegas. We went the last time. Well, I've been a couple times. I've been more than a couple times, but David's been once. We went to Vegas for David's 21st birthday. I think that's probably as good as it gets for a 21st birthday.
It was about as good as it can get. I was
Yeah.
300 pounds, but you know.
Hey, it was still fun. We had a great weekend, but we didn't know the drinks were very expensive at clubs, so we went to this crazy club, Hakkasan, at the MGM. Check it out if you're in Vegas.
Oh, if you're ever in Vegas, that's the #1 club. Go to Hakkasan. It's Tiesto's place.
Well, he plays. I think he's playing the. Oh yeah, Tiesto. I was thinking of Calvin.
No,
Harris.
Tiesto's like actually signed by Hakkasan.
Right,
So
right.
he does shows there regularly.
Yeah, I was thinking Calvin Harris because he is at Omnia at Caesar's Palace, and I think we might try to go see him this time around in March.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Omnia's not as good as Hakkasan though, so if you can only hit one, unless there's a DJ you really like, go to Hakkasan.
Yeah, Hugginson was great, but again, if you have to have a couple drinks on you too to really enjoy the music and the crowd. Because if you're sober and you're around all these drunk people, I don't know how many of you guys like being around drunk people when you're not, but it's not very fun. It's just awful. So, anyways, we went and got a couple drinks at the bar. We get the check, and on 6 drinks, we owed $150.
Ain't that something?
$25 a drink. It was definitely not worth it, but what are you going to do? I mean, we had already ordered them and drank them, so we had to pay up.
It's not even like we got top of the line stuff. We got 3 shots of, was it Patron? We got tequila and we got Red Bull vodkas.
Yeah, we got shots of Patron and we got Red Bull vodkas, but we got Grey Goose, which, I mean, it's expensive.
I thought we got well liquor.
No, we got the good stuff.
Really better. Yeah, the bartender when I went up to get the second round, he was pretty funny. He was like, "Oh, we got Grey Goose. There's a high roller right here." I didn't give him a tip,
Oh, that's not a good
so,
look, David.
so he
That's
was
not a good
probably
look.
feeling it.
That
He
is
probably
not
wasn't
a
too
good
happy
look.
about that. I know it's not a good look.
Okay, and I gotta confess, I only gave him $10. I was like, oh my god, this is so much money. And I mean, it was less than 30 seconds. He was quick. He got us a drink. I mean, I'm definitely gonna tip better next time we go for that amount, but maybe like 15, 20. It seems like a lot to me for drinks. I don't know.
$150. Clearly, I'm doing life wrong. I need to be a bartender in Vegas.
In Vegas. Well, everything's expensive in Vegas. Asterisk. I don't know. If it's not free, it's really expensive. Because if you ever go to Vegas and you don't know how to play anything, look up how to play Pai Gow poker. It is a very slow game, especially if it's a full table, and that's the game where I think you can get the most drinks for free
Absolutely.
from the casino. Because, like I said, I've been there a couple times, and a couple times we've gone and, we've get 1, 2 free drinks maybe while we're playing, and that's just not worth it because you basically just bought two $50 beers. And that's not a good trade.
I mean, just drink till you're piss drunk, take your winnings, take your losings, whatever, walk out there, and then go have some fun. The casinos are great during the day because there's always something to do, but it's never as much fun as at night. I mean, like, us 20-something dudes, we like to go out to the clubs and just watch girls in tight dresses do their thing.
I would just say, like, yeah, try to get your money's worth of alcohol before you go to the club. So when you get to the club, you have a really nice buzz going. Be there for a couple hours, get out of there, and go do something else. I mean, there is so much to do in Vegas that you literally do not have to sleep like we did that one weekend.
I think we slept a total of 8 to 12 hours, maybe, and we were there for 4 days and 3 nights.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That was definitely fun, but when we got back, I slept for a whole day.
Yeah, I got back at noon because I had to get my plates changed because, again, this was my birthday, so I didn't have my tags, and I just bought a new truck, so I had to get my plates changed too. So the first thing I did with my $100 that I came back from Vegas was go to the BMV and nearly fall asleep there, then go home and sleep until 7 or 8 p.m. And this was after the plane because I couldn't sleep on the plane because those seats are tiny and I was 300 pounds and it was extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, we definitely traveled. We did not travel in HD.
No, we didn't.
We traveled on a budget.
We traveled coach.
Yeah, we did travel coach, and we traveled, was it Frontier that one time?
I don't know who it was, but when we showed up at Chicago at 5 in the morning
no.
and they told me I was going to have to take the next flight, I was ready to kill somebody.
Yeah, no, we flew United, that's why. And it was right around the time where they were dragging people out of planes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So that was I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't Frontier, but it was not comfortable nonetheless.
I think the fact that they were dragging people off the planes made me want to go on United even more. Because I just thought that was... I mean,
you wanted them to drag you out too?
Oh, I thought it was funny. I thought we were about to see some fighting on the plane. I was ready for that.
Well, we almost did. I don't know what was going on. And then I said to somebody, to another passenger, I was like, oh yeah, we got to be careful. They drag people out. And they were laughing, but there was something crazy happening as well. I don't remember what it was.
It's all fun until somebody gets dragged off the plane.
Yeah, and definitely, again, just another tip, whether you're going to Vegas or just going out with your friends, just keep track of how many drinks you've had. Last time I went to Vegas, I went for a bachelor party last March. And on the way, we were mid-flight, so it's a 4-hour flight. We're in Cincinnati, flying to Vegas. It's about 4 hours, 15 minutes. There was this group of people that were just getting drinks. I was flying Frontier also, very uncomfortable, but they kept just downing drinks. Next thing you know, there's this really weird acidic smell in the air. I look over to see this guy just hurled over, puking his guts out of the seat in front of him. This is mid-flight. We got 2 more hours to go.
Great.
It's a plane. It's recycled air. It's going back and forth.
Oh, even
oh
better.
My God. Like, I didn't have any food. I wasn't drinking or anything. I almost lost it. Just the smell and the sight. Oh my God. That would have been awful.
As a side note, you're definitely going to want to work on building your tolerance up before you go. Like, drink 3 or 4 days in advance every night. Do what I did. I was drunk like 7 or 8 days in a row. I was an alcoholic back in the day.
Yeah, definitely were. I was impressed. I mean, David and one of his friends that came with us, they basically drank a whole glass of vodka with maybe a couple drops of orange juice.
We killed a fifth on multiple nights in a row. I mean...
Yeah, we're just sitting there. We got to Vegas, and we go out and buy 1 bottle. We're like, oh, this will be enough for the weekend. No. It was gone within the first 5 minutes.
It was gone that night.
Yeah, we got to Vegas, and we all got changed and got ready, and we started pre-gaming in the room. And then, the bottle was gone. We're like, what just happened? This was supposed to last us all weekend, but no, and it was fun. Then we went out the next day, bought another bottle.
Finished that
again, and it was like, what the heck? Why do we just get another, like, a bigger bottle or a couple?
Get like a Magnum, one of the 1,500.
Yeah, we should have.
No, because we would have
been
killed
gone.
that.
It would have been gone. I mean, we would have saved a little money, a couple bucks.
Oh yeah, but we would have been puking in the streets.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just gotta keep track of how many drinks you've had.
But when you're drinking that fast, sometimes it's hard.
Well, when you're going from 0 to 100, I mean, like, I'm fine drinking a lot in a short period of time.
Yeah.
But then I definitely do notice that, like, to me, it feels weird. Like, my face starts feeling a little numb. My teeth feel funny. Like, it's weird. I don't know. But I can feel it. And then I'm like, okay. And I'll slow down. At that point, I'm not going to stop drinking because I don't want to lose my buzz. I want to stay there. So I'll keep drinking and maybe push it up a little. Maybe get some water in me, depending on what I'm feeling.
What you're trying to do.
Yeah, but last time these guys cut me off because they had never seen me drink. Or drunk, rather. And I just ruined my night. But,
He missed out on Omnia.
yeah, so we're at the pie guy table, actually. There you go. We're by the pie guy table. We're winning money. We were winning money. We're getting free drinks. We're tipping this waitress, so she's taking really good care of us. She's just making rounds to our table, from the bar to our table, from the bar to our table. And it was great. And I go to the bathroom, come back, and I'm like, oh, where's my drink? She's like, oh, here's some water. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like, I took my money back. I was like, I'm not going to gamble if I'm not getting free drinks. What is this? So it just went downhill from there. We went back to the room, but I didn't realize that, I was getting up there. So instead of the guys telling me, hey, get some water in you, you're getting a little crazy, they just like cut me off, and it just went downhill. We get to the room to get a couple more drinks to go to the club.
Who was performing that night? I forget.
It was the two girls that you said it was really weird.
Oh, yeah, Nervo.
We
saw Cash Cash at Hakkasan, and then we saw Nervo the next night at Omnia, and they were not as good as Cash Cash. So,
yeah, but I left my phone in the room, but I didn't realize because I was a little tipsy. So we get to the club, and then as soon as we get in, I'm like, oh my God, where's my phone? I figured I left it at the table, so I was like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab it. But I went to the table, and it was on the floor, anywhere around there. Went back to the room, and I found my phone. But then I went back to the club and tried to get in, and guess what? They didn't let me in. So I was like, at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get some food. And then I went back and gambled some more.
honestly, I could have used some food because at the point that we actually got in the club, I was losing. I wasn't coming down at that point in time, but it wasn't as good as Hakkasan because I was kind of riding the wave up the whole time there. And then at Omnia, it was the opposite. Like, I got sober, and by the time we left, I was almost completely sober, and I was not having a good time. And my feet hurt, and I was exhausted.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, that was what, the second night? Or third
That was
night?
the third night.
Third night.
The second night was Hakkasan.
Yeah, we were pretty tired because we did not stop. Like I said, we didn't sleep. So we would go out. We'd be out pretty late. We'd come back, just go to the room and talk and chat and watch some TV, get showers going. I mean, there was, what, four of us in one room. So, we had to take turns. And then by the time we were all done, like, it was around time to go get some breakfast, and we did. And then we would start the day again. We would see a couple shows. And
Where did we go on the last day? We went to Denny's, and there were two dudes sitting outside the Denny's with Four Locos in their hands. And I was like, you're drinking that this early in the morning? It was 11 in the morning, and they're drinking Four Locos.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas is a lawless place, man. I mean, the very first night we got there, what did the guy offer us? I mean...
Oh, yeah, we get off the plane. You guys want some blow?
Yeah, right when we get to Vegas. Like, we've never been there. We're just, like, wide-eyed. Like, what's going on? Like, is this for real? What's happening? It was amazing. I mean, it was a great experience. I mean, okay, asterisk. We did not do the blow, but it was just, like, people were crazy there, man.
What did he say? Didn't he offer us weed, too?
Yeah, he said, he came up to us, like, oh, what are you guys doing? Just having fun, whatever. He's like, oh, I want Kush and Coke.
Y'all want some Kush and Coke?
Yeah.
If I had $1 for every time someone on the street offered me something...
I counted 4 times when I was there.
Not,
4 times.
Not just drugs, but I mean, like, the number of times we heard, oh, you guys trying to go to a strip club tonight? Or you guys trying to go to a club tonight?
Everybody's trying to get you to go to their clubs and everything.
Literally everybody. But what we took for granted is they actually work. You can actually get into these places for free.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, so we got to Hakkasan and Omnia and everything for free. One of those guys, if you go to Vegas, some of them are legit. If they're trying to sell you tickets on the spot, do not walk away, because that's probably not real.
Just buy them in person.
Yeah, but if they say they are a promoter and they'll put you in their guest list, that's probably real. As long as they're not asking for money, do not give them money. This is free. But if they put you in their guest list, like, I just gave him my phone number, and I even gave him a fake name. I told him my name was David, and then I gave him my phone number because I didn't want him to know my real name. I thought it was a scam.
Mm-hmm.
And no, like later the guy texted us like all the times and who was playing where and what's going on. It's like, all right, be here at this time and you'll get in. Just tell him you're on my guest list. And it worked. I mean, we got in for free.
The bouncer was none too pleased that we used fake names, though. I mean,
Yeah, I had to text the guy back later and be like, hey, can you use my other name? Because I give you my middle name. It's not on my ID, and they didn't want to let us in.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure he knew that, I gave him a fake name, but he was like,
I'm sure
he was
he's
cool
seen
about
it
it.
a million
They probably
times.
get money out of that, I would guess.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
get
know.
kickback for that.
Yeah, and again, we did spend, 2 rounds? Because I got the first round. We went to
You bought us
Hakkasan.
a round of tequila shots and a Red Bull vodka, and then like 30 minutes later, I bought us another round of Red Bull vodka because
Right.
I was like, I got to pay him back. That was $150 for 2 drinks for me.
That was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
but it was fun, man. I mean, it was worth it, I think.
Vegas is a very good time. You just have to know what you're getting into. The little
Yeah.
Mexican dudes on the street who hand you cars with naked girls on them. That's fun.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean,
That's not a joke.
yeah, it's real. You see a lot of weird things in Vegas, but I mean, that's why you're going there. You're not going there as a destination, like a relaxing vacation. You're going there to have fun and just gamble and do whatever you want.
You should go back to Trump Tower, see that again. That was kind of cool. I'd never seen one in person before, but we were walking around. On the last day, we were checking out all the different hotels and stuff. The Encore, the Wynn, Caesars. Just the architecture there is fantastic. I mean, everything looks completely surreal. It's the closest thing to the Wild West you'll ever run into. Because, I mean, there's dudes walking down the street smoking weed, and everybody's got a drink in their hand, and it's all perfectly legal in Vegas. I don't know many other places like that, but
Yeah,
in-
open consumption, so you can make a drink in the bar, or you can go downstairs and buy a drink and just drink it on the street.
oh yeah,
Walk down the street with it. That's
they
I
do
mean-
not care.
Yeah, and nobody's doing anything crazy. I mean, I don't see why that's like such a bad thing like in normal cities. I mean, I guess it could be an issue with like homeless people or whatever.
Alcoholics everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean in Vegas, I mean everybody's like pretty normal in that regard. Like they're drinking, but they're not like running in the middle of the street or doing anything crazy.
I feel like 60% of the people, maybe 50, maybe higher, maybe lower. All these people are here. They're tourists, so
Yeah.
they're regular people. And then you've got all the crazy people who live there. I don't know if I could live in Vegas, but it's definitely a good time for a weekend.
Yeah, no, I mean the very last day we were there, it was funny. We were just sitting around we're on the TV, just watching TV, and I look around and everybody's got this dead face. We were definitely done by that point. Vegas won.
Oh, it killed us.
Yeah, that's why we're going back. If you're gonna be in that area or anything, just let us know what to do, or if you recommend anything you've ever been. We're gonna be there March the 8th.
March the
weekend.
8th through the 11th. If you want to come with, we'll be at Bali's, and that's all the details we'll have for you.
Yeah, we'll be around. So I mean, yeah, if anybody wants to join, we'll be there. So
If you stuck
Just let us
around to
know.
this point.
yeah, we're eventually gonna make a some social media so you guys can get in contact with us. Definitely. For now, like I said, you can comment on our podcast. You can listen to whatever you want. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. You can comment there, and we'll see them. So that's how we will communicate for now. We'll probably make a Twitter eventually. That way we can share more with you guys.
Maybe make a Facebook page, all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
depending. I mean, probably just Twitter for the meantime, just so we can get more information out, or we can read your guys' comments if you guys want us to talk about something specific. But we'll go from there. I mean, this is just basically 2 guys sitting down, having a good chat, and then we want you guys to be part of it. So, yeah, let us know.
Yep.
And I think we'll cut it that further for the first time. I mean, we don't want to go too crazy. I think we only talk about a couple things, but yeah, I think that's good.
So if you stuck with us to this point, we greatly appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up right here for now. We hope to meet up probably once a week so we can record and upload probably weekly. As we're doing this, it's Monday. I don't know if it's going to go up now.
It'll
or
probably go
later.
up tomorrow to be safe.
Yeah.
So Tuesday.
So maybe you can expect Tuesdays or on the weekends. I know we'll have time to do this kind of stuff on weekends. But next week, hopefully, we won't be as green. We'll know what we're doing a little bit better.
Yeah, I can promise you guys, this is going to get better as it goes. This is the first one, so it was a little rough. Again, if you stuck around with us till this time, thank you, and you'll get to know a little more about us. Like I said, we're not experts on any particular topic, but we can definitely speak from experience.
We do know how to have a good time, though.
Oh yeah. Sometimes, I guess.
Sometimes when we don't cut each other off.
Yeah.
But anywho's, next week we will definitely have hopefully a more concrete topic to talk about. We kind of bounced around all over the place, but we're just going to plan on leaving it at that. We'll give you ways to get in touch with us in the future, and we hope you'll listen to us next week.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for listening.